Title: When the Kids Leave Home, Empty Nest, a step-by-step mental health guide for middle-aged men. Table of contents. 1. Introduction: The silence after the storm. 2. Step 1. Acknowledge the shift. 3. Step 2. Allow yourself to grieve. 4. Step 3. Redefine your role. 5. Step 4. Rekindle your relationship or rediscover yourself. 6. Step 5. Reconnect with your purpose. 7. Step 6. Create new routines. 8. Step 7. Deal with loneliness head-on. 9. Step 8. Strengthen your physical health. 10. Step 9. Rebuild and rethink relationships. 11. Step 10. Let go and grieve what's gone. 12. Step 11. Create new goals and dreams. 13. Step 12. Embrace the adventure ahead. 14. Step 13. Reflect and rebuild your future. 15. Step 14. Staying consistent and motivated. 16. Step 15. Creating a lasting legacy. 17. Step 16. Embracing the next chapter. 18. Conclusion. Introduction: The silence after the storm. You've spent years building a life around your kids. Mornings full of chaos, evenings at sports practices or homework tables, weekends packed with family time. Then one day, the house goes quiet. Too quiet. This isn't just a physical silence. It's emotional too. You've been preparing your children to leave college, work, independence. But no one really prepared you for what happens after they're gone. This book is for the middle-aged man who's looking around at an empty home and wondering, now what? This isn't about sadness alone. It's about identity, purpose, and navigating the internal shifts that happen when the roles you've played for decades change overnight. This step-by-step guide will help you explore your mental health in a practical way, rebuild a fulfilling daily life, and see this new chapter not as the end, but as a beginning. Chapter 1. Acknowledge the shift. Everything has changed, and pretending it hasn't only makes it harder. The moment your last child walks out the front door to start their own life, something subtle but deeply significant happens. The house is still the same. Your furniture hasn't moved. But you feel different. Like the center of gravity has shifted. And it has. For years, you had a job description you didn't even think about: father, provider, protector, counselor, chef, coach, chauffeur. Now, all those roles seem to dissolve at once. But here's the first truth of this chapter: you are still all those things, but in a new way. Before you can adapt, though, you need to acknowledge the shift that's happened. 1.1. Recognize what you're feeling. You might be experiencing a mix of things. Relief: you did your job. They made it out there. Sadness: you missed them already, even if they call. Anxiety: what now? What do I do with my time? Guilt: was I present enough? Did I do it right? Loneliness: the house is quiet in a way that echoes. These emotions are not signs of weakness, they're signs that you cared deeply. Acknowledging them out loud, even if only to yourself, is powerful. Journal them. Say them. Don't bottle them. 1.2. The myth of man up. Men are often told to suck it up, to keep emotions buried. But emotional suppression doesn't make you stronger, it makes you disconnected. This chapter is your permission slip to drop the act and face your feelings honestly. You don't need to cry in public or host a therapy circle unless you want to, but you do need to allow yourself to feel the shift. The only way out is through. 1.3. This isn't a crisis, it's a transition. Many men confuse this emotional discomfort with a midlife crisis. But let's call it what it is: a major life transition. Your kids leaving home isn't the end of your purpose, it's a cue to pivot. You are evolving, not breaking. 1.4. Action steps for this week. 1. Write a letter to yourself. Reflect on how your life has changed. What are you proud of as a father? What are you unsure about? 2. Talk to a trusted friend or partner. Open up about what you're feeling. Even a short chat can bring clarity. 3. Take stock of your time. Now that you're not doing school runs or cooking for 5, how are you spending your hours? Just seeing it on paper helps you process the change. 4. Name the emotions. Give language to what you feel. Use words like nostalgic, unsettled, hopeful, or conflicted. Naming it weakens its hold on you. 1.5. A new chapter, not the last one. You are not done being a dad. You're becoming a different kind of dad, one whose love is quieter but just as strong. You are not losing purpose. You're about to rediscover it. So take a deep breath. The shift has happened. Let's walk through it together. Chapter 2. Allow yourself to grieve. You didn't lose them, but you did lose something. And that matters. Grief isn't reserved for funerals. It's not only about death. It's about change. When your last child leaves home, you are grieving the end of a life stage. A role. A rhythm. A version of yourself. that deserves space. It may not look like what most people imagine when they hear grief, but it's there. Subtle, quiet, heavy. The truth is, grief is part of love. And if you loved raising your kids, even when it was hard, it makes perfect sense that part of you now feels the absence. 2.1 What are you grieving? Really? Let's break it down. You might be grieving daily connection, random hugs, noisy dinners, late-night chats. Structure, knowing what your mornings and weekends looked like. Purpose, feeling needed in small, constant ways. Identity, being dad, wasn't just your title. It was your identity. Time, wondering where all those years went. You're not just missing them, you're missing you, the version of you who was in the thick of raising them. 2.2 Why men struggle with this. Grief is an emotion we're not taught to navigate. Society often allows women to express sadness openly. But men, we're expected to keep going. And many do, right into overworking, overdrinking, or numbing out. But grief doesn't go away just because you ignore it. It waits. It leaks out in other areas. That's why you must face it head-on. 2.3 Signs you might be suppressing it. Snapping at people over small things. Feeling off but can't explain why. Overcommitting to work or distractions. Trouble sleeping or eating. A general sense of restlessness or irritation. These aren't weaknesses. They're clues. Your body and mind are trying to get your attention. 2.4 What healthy grieving looks like. Healthy grieving isn't wallowing. It's processing. It's giving your emotions a place to breathe, then allowing yourself to move forward without guilt. That might look like going for a long walk and reflecting on what's changed, looking through old photos, letting the memories rise, talking about it even if it feels awkward, letting yourself cry without apologizing for it, saying out loud, I miss them, and knowing that's okay. 2.5 Action steps for this week. 1. Create a letting go ritual. Light a candle. Write a note. Visit a place that holds memories. Mark the transition in your own meaningful way. 2. Talk to someone who's been there. A friend, a brother, a coach, someone who's walked this road. Just hearing "me too" can be healing. 3. Make a what I miss / what I look forward to list. On one side, write what you miss. On the other, write what's now possible because of the change. This helps shift your focus without ignoring your grief. 4. Give yourself a break. If you feel low, foggy, or unmotivated, don't beat yourself up. You're adjusting to a major life shift. Give yourself some grace. 2.6 The grief will ease if you let it breathe. There's no perfect timetable for this. Some days will feel normal. Some will hit you out of nowhere. That's okay. The goal isn't to get over it. It's to get through it. To carry the love without carrying the sadness forever. Let yourself grieve. You're not broken. You're just adjusting. Chapter 3. Redefine your role. You didn't lose your identity, you're being invited to expand it. For years, you've been dad, and that role came with a long list of daily responsibilities. You wore it like a second skin. You didn't have to think about it, it was just who you were. Then one day, they're gone. Off to university. Their own apartment. A different city. And suddenly, no one needs a ride, no one's asking for help with homework, and no one's leaving cereal bowls in the sink. So who are you now? That's the question this chapter wants to help you answer. 3.1 You're still a father, but it looks different now. Being a dad doesn't end when they leave the house. But the style of fathering changes. It shifts from daily management to emotional availability, from being physically present to being mentally and emotionally supportive from a distance. You're becoming what many call a consultant dad, still valuable, but only when called upon. It can be an adjustment, especially if you're used to solving problems quickly and being the go-to person. Your new role might mean texting instead of talking face-to-face, giving advice only when it's asked for, letting them fail and figure things out, showing up more subtly but just as powerfully. 3.2 Beyond fatherhood, the other hats you wear. This is a chance to reconnect with the rest of who you are. Because even though fatherhood defined you, it didn't entirely define you. What other roles have you put on the shelf? Partner or husband? Friend? Artist or hobbyist? Mentor? Leader? Dreamer? You have permission to dig those roles out, dust them off, and wear them again. This isn't selfish, it's necessary. 3.3 What role do you want now? This is your reset button. Take this moment to ask. What excites me? What have I always wanted to try but didn't have time for? Who do I want to be for the next 20+ years? You're entering the second act of your life. You don't need to become a completely new person, you just need to become fully yourself. 3.4 Action Steps for this week. 1. Write your new role description. Create a short paragraph that answers, who am I now that my children have left home? 2. Reconnect with one old passion. Guitar, hiking, painting, fixing up bikes, whatever it was, revisit it. 3. Have a role talk with your partner, if applicable. Talk about how your roles at home have shifted. How can you support each other now that the parenting phase has changed? 4. Reach out to one other father in the same boat. Ask him how he's managing the role shift. Share stories. Build solidarity. 3.5 You're more than a title. You've always been more than dad. That role might have taken center stage for a while, but there's still so much more of you left to uncover. Redefining your role isn't about erasing the past. It's about building on it with purpose and curiosity. Let's keep going. The next step? Looking inward and either reigniting your relationship or rediscovering yourself. Chapter 4, Rekindle your relationship or rediscover yourself. You're not just learning to live without your kids, you're learning to live with yourself again. For many men, the years of active parenting were a kind of autopilot. Work, dinner, homework, help, bedtime routines, then repeat. There wasn't much time or space to reflect on your marriage, your dreams, or your own emotional needs. Now that your children have left home, you're staring across the table at your partner or your own reflection and wondering, now what? This chapter is your invitation to either rekindle the connection with your partner or begin the beautiful, sometimes messy journey of rediscovering you. 4.1 If you're in a relationship, reconnect, don't just coexist. With the kids gone, it might feel like you and your partner are strangers again. Maybe you've grown distant. Maybe the relationship became centered around parenting and lost its spark. Now is the time to relearn each other. Ask yourselves, who are we without the kids in the house? What brought us together in the first place? What do we want this next chapter to look like? It's not about recreating the past. It's about creating something new with the same person. 4.2 Conversation starters to rekindle connection. What's something you've always wanted to do together but never had time for? How have your dreams changed over the years? What do you miss most about us? How can we support each other better now? Don't overcomplicate it. Just talk like people, not just parents. 4.3 If you're single or separated, rediscover yourself. Maybe you're not in a relationship. Maybe you're recently divorced or have been single a while. The empty nest can still hit hard because so much of your identity was tied to serving others. Now you're being called back to yourself. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before life got so busy. Ask yourself, what did I enjoy before I became a parent? What kind of man do I want to be now? What parts of me have I neglected or ignored? This chapter of your life is the perfect time for renewal. Not a midlife crisis, a midlife awakening. 4.4 Reconnect with joy. Joy doesn't have to be complicated. It could be taking a solo weekend trip, joining a local group or class, learning something new, photography, golf, winemaking, volunteering your time to help others, going on dates even with yourself. Joy is the medicine for loneliness and it starts with intention. 4.5 Action Steps for this week. 1. Plan a just us date night. No kids, no talk about the kids. Just two adults reconnecting. 2. Write a letter to your partner or yourself. Express what you appreciate, what you hope for, and what you need. 3. Try something new together or solo. A class, a trip, or even a new daily habit. Shake up the routine. 4. Create a weekly check-in ritual. Set aside 15 minutes each week to talk with your partner or yourself about how you're feeling and what you're looking forward to. 4.6 This is the relationship chapter. Whether you're building intimacy with a partner or strengthening your connection with yourself, this chapter matters. Because you're not meant to live on autopilot. You're meant to live awake. Let's keep building. In the next chapter, we'll dive into how to reconnect with something even deeper, your purpose. Chapter 5, Reconnect with your purpose. You didn't lose your purpose, you fulfilled one. Now it's time to find what's next. Raising your kids gave your life structure, rhythm, and deep meaning. You woke up every day with responsibilities that mattered. Now, with the house quiet and the calendar suddenly clear, there's often a silent question echoing inside, what now? This chapter isn't about solving that question in one sitting, but about beginning the work of listening. Because your purpose hasn't left you. It's evolving. 5.1 You are not done. One of the greatest lies men face after their kids leave home is the feeling of being past their peak. As if your best contributions are behind you. As if your usefulness has expired. That's nonsense. You're not at the end. You're at a threshold. A space between what was and what's next. This is the fertile ground of reinvention. 5.2 Purpose in the second half. Purpose in your younger years might have been about providing and protecting. Now it can be about creating, mentoring, contributing, expressing, healing, guiding, or building. It doesn't have to be huge or world-changing. It just has to mean something to you. Consider becoming a mentor to younger men or fathers, starting a side project or business, volunteering in your community, writing your story or lessons, taking your career in a more meaningful direction, creating art, music, or anything that stirs you. Purpose is personal. It doesn't need to be loud, but it does need to feel real. 5.3 Signs you're craving purpose. You feel restless but don't know why. You keep scrolling but nothing satisfies. You're busy, but it all feels shallow. You miss being part of something that matters. You've said, "Is this it?" more than once lately. These aren't failures. They're signals. Listen to them. 5.4 A simple purpose discovery exercise. Take a quiet moment and answer the following. 1. What's something I've always wanted to do, but haven't yet? 2. What do people often come to me for? 3. What did I love doing when I was a teenager or young adult? 4. What would I still do even if no one paid me or applauded me for it? Don't rush your answers. Purpose tends to whisper, not shout. 5.5 Purpose isn't a job. It's a feeling. You don't need to quit your job or move to the mountains to find purpose. Sometimes it's simply doing what you already do, but with presence, intention, and heart. Purpose is felt when you're helping someone and you lose track of time. You finish a task and feel proud of how you showed up. You share your experience and it makes someone else feel seen. You wake up with something meaningful to look forward to. 5.6 Action steps for this week. 1. Journal on the purpose discovery questions. Write freely. No filtering. Let your thoughts surprise you. 2. Do one small thing that feels meaningful. Call someone who needs encouragement. Start a blog. Sign up to volunteer. Purpose starts with a single step. 3. Create a purpose radar list. Every time something gives you a deep sense of meaning, add it to this list. Over time, you'll see patterns. 4. Set a mini mission for the next 30 days. Choose one area to explore or contribute to. Let it be an experiment, not a life sentence. 5.7 The next chapter is yours to write. Purpose isn't a destination. It's a way of showing up, and you're not late to the party. You're right on time. Your kids may be starting their next chapter, but so are you. Chapter 6. Create a new routine. You didn't lose your structure. You get to design it now. When the kids were home, your life had a built-in rhythm. School drop-offs, sports practices, dinner time, homework checks. It all created a kind of predictable order. You didn't have to think about what came next. Life just moved. Now, the silence can feel overwhelming. The hours stretch out in unfamiliar ways. You may even feel a little lost. That's not a crisis. It's an opportunity. This chapter is about reclaiming your time and building a new routine that supports your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. 6.1 Why routine matters now more than ever. A good routine grounds you. It gives your day shape and intention. When your external responsibilities change, your internal stability needs to rise. Without structure, anxiety increases. Motivation drops. Purpose feels foggy. Days start to blur together. With structure, you regain control. Your mind has a rhythm to follow. You create space for growth and joy. 6.2 The power of morning anchors. Your morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. You don't need a 5 a.m. bootcamp-style schedule, but you do need a consistent start. Consider a morning 3. 1. Move your body, a walk, stretch, gym session. 2. Still your mind, a quiet moment, deep breathing or journaling. 3. Set your intention, review your day or write down one goal. Even 15 to 20 minutes can reset your focus and mood. 6.3 Build a daily blueprint. Here's a sample routine to inspire you. Time 7 a.m. Activity: wake up plus stretch plus hydrate. 7:30 a.m. light exercise or walk. 8 a.m. Coffee plus journal or quiet time. 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Work or focused personal projects. 12 p.m. Lunch plus walk or social check-in. 1 to 4 p.m. More work or learning/reading. 5 p.m. Wind down plus light exercise. 6 p.m. Dinner plus connection time. 8 p.m. Reflect plus light entertainment. 10 p.m. Sleep prep plus lights out. You don't need to follow this perfectly. Just create your own version that brings peace, progress, and satisfaction. 6.4 Integrate purpose into the week. If you're rediscovering your sense of purpose, Chapter 5. Include it in your week intentionally. Block out creative or giving back hours. Schedule regular check-ins with mentors, peers, or your community. Reserve time for hobbies that fulfill you. Don't just live by default. Live by design. 6.5 Balance productivity and pleasure. It's easy to swing into overproductivity mode as a distraction from loneliness or boredom. On the other hand, it's also easy to drift into endless scrolling and checking out. Aim for a balance. Get something done that moves your life forward. Enjoy something just because it makes you smile. This rhythm keeps you sane and satisfied. 6.6 Action steps for this week. 1. Audit your current routine. Where are your time leaks? What's working? What isn't? 2. Design your ideal week template. Don't just think daily, think across the whole week. Include work, rest, relationships, fun, and purpose. 3. Commit to a morning anchor routine for 7 days. Track how it affects your focus, mood, and motivation. 4. Add one weekly joy ritual. A recurring activity you look forward to. A hike, a movie night, a standing coffee with a friend. 6.7 You're not just passing time, you're building a life. You've been given the gift of space. Use it wisely. Not to keep yourself busy, but to create something better, fuller, and more aligned with who you're becoming. In the next chapter, we'll talk about one of the biggest challenges and most healing tools on this journey, dealing with loneliness. Chapter 7. Deal with loneliness head-on. Loneliness isn't weakness, it's a signal that you're human. Let's be real, after the kids leave, there are moments when the silence feels deafening. You might walk past their room and feel a pang in your chest. You might sit down for dinner and realize no one's there to talk about their day. And even when you're surrounded by people at work, at the gym, out and about, you can still feel alone. This chapter isn't about pretending you're okay. It's about facing the loneliness, understanding it, and finding ways to move through it with strength and compassion. 7.1 Loneliness is normal but not permanent. Feeling lonely after your children leave is not a failure. It's a reflection of the depth of your connection with them. It's proof that you showed up as a father. But that feeling doesn't have to define this next chapter. Loneliness isn't a life sentence, it's a season. And like all seasons, it can be navigated and transformed. 7.2 The dangerous ways men cope with loneliness. Let's call it out, many men don't deal with loneliness head-on. Instead, they fall into these common traps. Overworking to avoid being home. Numbing out with alcohol, TV, social media, or porn. Withdrawing completely, believing no one will understand. Jumping into shallow relationships for quick validation. These habits provide momentary relief but deepen the isolation in the long run. You deserve better. You deserve real connection. 7.3 Healthy ways to sit with the silence. You don't have to run from loneliness. You can sit with it, learn from it, and soften its hold. Try this and name the feeling, say it out loud or journal it. I feel lonely today. Don't judge yourself. This isn't about being tough. This is about being true. Make space for it, go for a walk, listen to music, cry if you need to. Loneliness loses power when it's acknowledged. 7.4 Rebuild meaningful connections. Humans need connection. Real connection. And that doesn't happen by accident, it takes intentional action. Start small. Reach out to old friends you've lost touch with. Join a group that shares your interests, sports, cars, books, fitness. Say yes to invitations even when you're tempted to stay home. Invest in deeper conversations, go beyond how's it going, and ask what's been on your heart lately. It might feel awkward at first, but connection grows through shared vulnerability, not perfection. 7.5 Become a connector. One of the fastest ways to feel less alone is to help someone else feel less alone. You could mentor a younger man, check in on a friend going through a tough time, host a small gathering even if it's just for coffee or a break. Volunteer your time and skills. You'll realize you're not just part of something, you're needed. 7.6 Action steps for this week. 1. Journal on this prompt. What does my loneliness want me to know? 2. Send 2 connection messages. Reach out to 2 people, old friends, family, colleagues. Keep it simple. Hey, thinking of you. Want to catch up? 3. Plan 1 real-world interaction. Coffee, a walk, a shared activity. Get out of your head and into someone's presence. 4. Join a community. Online or in person, somewhere people gather with purpose. Don't wait for the perfect group. Just start. 7.7 You're not alone in feeling alone. Every man faces moments of disconnection. But not every man faces them honestly. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are simply in a transition, and you have the strength to come through it more connected, grounded, and open than ever. In the next chapter, we'll dive into how to strengthen your physical health because your mind and body are teammates and both deserve your care. Chapter 8. Strengthen your physical health. Your body isn't what it used to be. Good. Now it can be stronger, smarter, and more intentional. When the kids leave, some men finally have time again. Time to breathe. Time to think. Time to feel. But one of the most powerful ways to ground yourself during this emotional transition is by tuning into your physical body. You've been a father. You've carried stress. You've possibly neglected your own wellness for the sake of others. That was noble, but now it's time to take care of you. 8.1 Why your body and mind are teammates. When your body feels better, your mind clears. Exercise reduces anxiety. Better sleep improves mood. A healthier diet sharpens focus. You start to feel like yourself again, or maybe even a new version of yourself. This isn't about vanity. It's about vitality. And here's the truth. It's never too late to start. 8.2 Check-in. Where are you right now? Let's do a quick, honest self-audit. How is your energy level throughout the day? Are you sleeping well? Are you carrying extra weight, physically or emotionally? Do you experience chronic aches or stiffness? How often do you move with purpose? Do you fuel your body or just grab and go? This isn't about shame. It's about awareness. And awareness is the first step to taking ownership. 8.3 Move every day. It doesn't have to be a gym thing. Forget the pressure of becoming a fitness influencer. You don't need six-pack abs. You need a body that supports your life. Start with this simple principle: move your body every day. Ideas: 30-minute walk in the morning. Home bodyweight workouts. Join a local sports club or martial arts class. Stretching or yoga for flexibility and calm. Dance, hike, swim, cycle, make it fun. The best exercise is the one you'll stick with. Find something that feels good for you. 8.4 Eat like you respect yourself. You're not a machine, you're a system. Food fuels not just your body, but your mood, sleep, and focus. Some basic principles. Cut back on processed foods and sugar. Hydrate like it matters, because it does. Prioritize protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Plan meals when you can to avoid stress eating. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. One better meal today leads to a better week tomorrow. 8.5 Fix your sleep. Fix your life. If you're not sleeping well, everything else suffers: mood, concentration, metabolism, motivation. Sleep upgrade checklist. Stick to a consistent sleep schedule. Avoid screens an hour before bed. Limit caffeine and alcohol late in the day. Create a dark, quiet, cool sleep environment. Use a wind-down ritual: reading, meditation, breathing. Want to feel like a new man? Start by getting 7 to 8 hours of real, restful sleep. 8.6 See your doctor. This is your reminder. Get a full health checkup. Blood pressure, cholesterol, testosterone levels, prostate health, mental health screening. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Know your numbers, track your trends, and take action early. Preventive care is a power move. 8.7 Action steps for this week. 1. Move daily. Walk, stretch, dance, just move. Track it for 7 days. 2. Upgrade 1 meal a day. Start small. Swap out junk for something nourishing once a day. 3. Set a sleep goal. Choose a bedtime and wake-up time. Stick to it for a week. 4. Schedule a health check. Book that doctor's appointment you've been putting off. 8.8 This is about ownership, not overhaul. You don't need to become a triathlete overnight. You just need to show up for your body. It's the vehicle for your next chapter, and it's worth the investment. Next up, we'll look at something just as vital as your physical well-being. Navigating your closest relationships in this new season of life. Chapter 9, Rebuild and Rethink Relationships. They're growing into their own lives. Now it's time to look at yours. When the kids were home, a lot of your relationships revolved around them. Your routines, your conversations, even your marriage or friendships may have centered on parenting, school, and activities. Now that they've moved out, you might find yourself looking at the people in your life with new eyes. Some relationships may feel distant. Some may feel strained. Some might surprise you with new strength. This chapter is your invitation to rebuild connection with your partner, your friends, your extended family, and most importantly, yourself. 9.1 Your relationship with your partner. A new chapter or a stuck page. For many couples, once the kids are gone, the silence in the house is matched by silence in the relationship. You might feel like you're living with a stranger or worse, avoiding one. But this can also be the start of something beautiful. Rediscovering the person you once fell in love with, outside the roles of mom and dad. Start here. Talk honestly about how you're both feeling post-kids. Schedule intentional time together, not just to-do list conversations, but real, present time. Try something new together, a class, a trip, a shared goal. Reconnect physically. Intimacy often starts with presence, not pressure. If the distance feels too great to cross alone, don't fear counseling. Getting help is a sign of strength, not failure. 9.2 Friendships need more than convenience. When you were busy parenting, friendships may have become transactional or faded entirely. Now is the time to rebuild or build new ones entirely. Reach out to friends you haven't spoken to in a while. Invite people into your life again, a hike, a coffee, a game night. Be the one who goes first, initiate even if it feels awkward. Be open to new circles, men's groups, sports clubs, volunteer work. Real friends don't need daily contact, they need real connection. But you have to nurture it. 9.3 Family beyond fatherhood. Your role as a father has changed, not ended. Your adult children still need your presence, just in a different way. Tips for staying close without smothering. Give them space, trust them to figure life out. Stay available, not overbearing. A message now and then says, I'm here. Celebrate their independence, don't compete with it. Keep your door open, literally and emotionally. This is your chance to transition into a mentor, not a manager. 9.4 The relationship with yourself. This is the most important one. When the noise settles and you're left with your thoughts, who do you hear? What do you feel? What do you want? Strengthening your relationship with yourself may look like journaling, therapy or coaching, practicing hobbies solo, exploring spirituality or purpose, taking solo walks to just be with your thoughts. Don't avoid yourself. Reintroduce yourself. 9.5 Action steps for this week. 1. Plan a partner check-in. Ask each other, how are you really feeling in this new season? 2. Reconnect with a friend. Call or message someone you've been meaning to reach out to. 3. Write a letter or message to your child. Not to lecture, just to tell them you're proud and that you're here. 4. Spend 30 minutes alone, no phone, no noise. Just be. Walk. Breathe. Listen to your own thoughts. 9.6 Your relationships will either shrink or expand. Empty nest life doesn't mean emotional emptiness. It means rediscovering the beauty of your relationships, deepening them where you can, and releasing what no longer serves you. In the next chapter, we'll explore something many men don't talk about: grief and letting go, not just of kids leaving, but of the version of you that no longer fits. Chapter 10, Let Go and Grieve What's Gone. Grief isn't just about loss, it's about what you were, what you gave, and what you won't have anymore. We've talked about the changes in your life, your routines, and your relationships. But there's another, often overlooked part of this transition: grief. Grief isn't just about the finality of death. It's also about change, the kind of change that makes you realize that the version of your life that you knew is gone. And even though your children are still alive and well, their departure marks the end of an era. It's okay to grieve this loss. And it's okay to feel sad even if you're expected to be fine or happy for them. This chapter is about giving yourself permission to grieve and letting go of what has changed. 10.1 Understanding grief beyond the obvious. Grief doesn't always look like tears and sadness. Sometimes it can manifest as anger at the situation or yourself, nostalgia for the way things used to be, reluctance to embrace the next chapter, confusion about where you fit in this new phase of life. Grief is complex. It's multifaceted. And it doesn't just go away because you should be okay. It's important to understand that grief can take many forms and there's no timeline for it. Some days it might feel like a distant memory, on other days it might feel raw and real again. 10.2 Acknowledge the loss. The first step in dealing with grief is acknowledging it. You've lost something important even if it wasn't something you could touch or hold. What are you grieving? The loss of your daily role as a parent. The loss of your children's dependence on you. The loss of a family dynamic that you once knew. The loss of an idealized version of your life when you were younger, when you had more energy, when you saw your kids living under your roof. These are all real losses and they deserve to be acknowledged. 10.3 Allow yourself to feel. In many ways, men are socialized to be strong or stoic. We are told that grieving is a weakness, but nothing could be further from the truth. Grieving allows you to process the loss and ultimately move forward in a healthier way. This might mean crying when you need to, feeling lost for a moment, remembering the good times with sadness and love. Don't rush past these feelings. Allow them to pass through you so they don't fester. Emotions are like waves, they can be overwhelming at first, but eventually they'll recede. 10.4 Rituals for letting go. Some of the most healing moments come from ritualizing your goodbyes. Here are some ways to mark this transition. Create a keepsake from their childhood, a photo album, a box of memorabilia. Write them a letter about your feelings during this time, whether or not you send it, it's a way to release pent-up emotion. Take a final family trip or enjoy a special meal together before they leave. Perform a symbolic action, plant a tree, light a candle, or do something that signifies the change. These rituals give you a physical way to honor the emotional shift you're going through. 10.5 The shadow side of grief, fear of the future. Grief isn't always just about what's gone, it can also be about what's ahead. The unknowns of the future can feel daunting. What's my purpose now? Who am I outside of my fatherhood role? How do I stay connected to my children as they become adults? The future is a big, open space and it's okay to feel uncertain. But remember, the unknown also holds great potential. This is your opportunity to shape what comes next. 10.6 Action Steps for this week. 1. Journal on what you're grieving. Write about the loss you're feeling. What has changed? What are you afraid of? Let the emotions come out on paper. 2. Honor a ritual. Choose one action, like writing a letter, creating a keepsake, or sharing a family meal that helps you acknowledge the change. 3. Take a step toward acceptance. Say out loud, this is hard, but it's part of the journey. Allow yourself to feel the grief and the peace that follows. 4. Plan a future vision. Write down one thing you're looking forward to in the future. Even small steps toward the next chapter can be powerful. 10.7 Embrace what's next, the beauty of transition. Grief is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of deep love and connection. And even though you may feel loss, you also carry forward the strength and wisdom gained from this experience. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to create new goals and dreams, because while letting go of the past is necessary, so is embracing the new opportunities ahead. Chapter 11. Create new goals and dreams. The end of one chapter is simply the beginning of the next. When the kids leave home, it's as though a door slams shut on a part of your life you've known for years. But in that silence, there's a whisper, opportunity. The empty nest can feel daunting, yes, but it can also feel liberating. The time, energy, and mental space that was once devoted to raising children are now yours to fill with something new. And the good news is it's never too late to start dreaming again. This chapter is all about moving forward, taking the lessons, experiences, and wisdom you've gained through parenting and channeling it into new dreams and goals for the next phase of your life. 11.1 Start with a fresh mindset. The first step to creating new goals is adopting the mindset of a learner. You're not too old to change, grow, or set new goals. You're just beginning a new chapter, and every chapter offers fresh potential. Here are some shifts to embrace. Let go of the fear of starting over. Your life is not over, it's renewed. See failure as growth. You may not succeed at everything you try, and that's okay. Failure is feedback. Stay curious. Ask yourself, what could I do with the time, resources, and energy I have now? 11.2 Vision. What do you want? Before diving into specifics, you need to dream a little. This is the time to think about what you truly want, not just what seems practical or expected. Ask yourself, what have I always wanted to try? A new hobby, a skill, a travel destination? What's something I've always dreamed about but never had time for? What does my ideal life look like now? It might look different from the life you envisioned 20 years ago, but that's okay. Let your vision evolve. Create a vision board or list. Jot down or collect images that represent your dreams. This visual reminder will keep you motivated as you move forward. 11.3 Set smart goals. Once you have a vision in mind, break it down into actionable steps. One of the most effective ways to achieve your dreams is through SMART goals, goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, if your dream is to travel, don't just say, "I want to travel more." Make it a goal like, "I will visit 3 new countries in the next 3 years, starting with a trip to Spain next summer." This makes your dream more tangible and gives you a roadmap to follow. 11.4 Rediscover hobbies and passions. Now that the kids are out of the house, it's the perfect time to rediscover old passions or pick up new hobbies. Think back to things you enjoyed before fatherhood took center stage. Did you like painting, hiking, playing guitar, or writing? The goal: give yourself permission to explore joy without guilt. If you're not sure where to begin, start with something you're curious about. Read about it, watch videos, or take a class. Explore your interests without pressure to be good at them. This is about enjoyment, not perfection. 11.5 Financial goals. Securing your future. This is also a time to revisit your financial goals. The financial responsibility of raising kids is now behind you, so it's a great opportunity to think about your future needs and aspirations. Retirement savings. How close are you to your goals? What's the next step? Emergency fund. Could you set aside more? Investing. Is it time to diversify your investments? Are there opportunities you haven't explored? Take small, consistent actions towards securing your future financial stability. 11.6 Health and fitness goals. Your physical health is the foundation for everything else. As we discussed earlier, when your body feels strong, your mind is clearer, and your energy is higher. Set fitness goals that align with your new lifestyle. How much exercise do you want to do each week? Do you want to try a new sport, like cycling or swimming? Are you aiming to improve your diet or sleep? The key to achieving these goals is setting small, manageable targets and gradually increasing your commitment. 11.7 Legacy. What do you want to leave behind? One of the most powerful goals you can set is building your legacy. What you'll leave behind for your family, community, or even the world. Mentorship. Can you help guide someone in your field or community? Charitable work. Is there a cause you're passionate about? Personal projects. Write a book, start a podcast, or create something that captures your wisdom and life lessons. Legacy doesn't have to be monumental. Sometimes the smallest acts have the longest lasting impact. 11.8 Action steps for this week. 1. Create a vision board or list. Gather images, quotes, and ideas that inspire you for the future. What excites you now? 2. Set one SMART goal. Pick one goal that excites you, break it down into clear steps, and give it a timeline. 3. Pick up an old hobby. Spend an hour this week rediscovering something you used to love. Whether it's painting, cooking, or reading, make time for it. 4. Review your finances. Take a look at your savings, retirement accounts, and debt. Set one financial goal for the next 6 months. 11.9 The adventure awaits. The kids leaving home doesn't signal the end, it marks the beginning of an exciting, new chapter. As you embrace your role as a mentor, partner, and individual, your life will expand in ways you might never have imagined. Dream big, plan wisely, and take action. The adventure isn't over. It's just begun. Chapter 12. Embrace the adventure ahead. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Helen Keller. The door to your old life has closed and the new chapter is unfolding. The kids are out of the house, and while it's a time of change, it is also a time of infinite possibilities. This chapter is about shifting your mindset from one of loss to one of excitement and anticipation. The adventure that awaits you can be as bold and exciting as you choose to make it. Now that the responsibilities of daily parenting are behind you, you're free to create and explore in ways you never thought possible. Whether it's pursuing new hobbies, building relationships, traveling, or diving into self-improvement, the world is wide open. 12.1 Embrace the freedom. You've spent years investing in your children, supporting your family, and navigating the ups and downs of parenting. Now, the time has come for you to reclaim some of that energy for yourself. Freedom doesn't just mean having time, it means having the space to choose what you want to do with that time. With no one to raise, no schedules to manage, and no immediate family obligations pressing, you can't. Pursue things you've always wanted to do but never had the time for. Travel to new places, whether it's across the globe or just down the road. Start projects, hobbies, or businesses that excite you. The key to embracing freedom is being intentional about how you spend your time. It's about choosing to invest in what truly brings you joy, fulfillment, and purpose. 12.2 Find your new purpose. For many men, the purpose that once centered around fatherhood may feel like it's been ripped away. But in truth, this is an opportunity to discover new purposes, ones that are deeply aligned with who you are now. Start by asking yourself, what have I always wanted to do but never had the chance? What gives me a sense of fulfillment beyond parenting? Who do I want to become now that I'm no longer defined by my role as a father? Purpose doesn't have to be monumental. It might involve giving back to your community, starting a passion project, helping others, or even deepening the relationships that remain in your life. Purpose is about feeling needed and engaged, and it can be anything that makes you feel alive. 12.3 Adventure doesn't have to be extreme. When we think of adventure, we often picture skydiving, mountain climbing, or world travel. While those are certainly thrilling experiences, adventure can take many forms, and it doesn't have to be extreme to be meaningful. Some adventures might look like learning a new language and traveling to practice it, going on a road trip to explore unknown parts of your country or region, starting a new creative project like painting, writing, or photography, volunteering in a new capacity, whether locally or abroad, pursuing a health challenge like training for a marathon or a fitness goal. Adventure is about stepping outside your comfort zone and being open to new experiences, big or small. 12.4 The Power of Self-Discovery. This new phase of life is a golden opportunity for self-discovery. With the demands of parenting now in the background, it's the perfect time to dive into understanding who you truly are, what you want, and what makes you tick. Reflect on your strengths. What are you really good at? What can you contribute to the world that no one else can? Explore your passions, take the time to try new things and see what excites you, whether it's a creative outlet, an intellectual pursuit, or a physical challenge. Evaluate your personal values. What's truly important to you now? How can you live more in alignment with those values? Self-discovery doesn't stop after a certain age. In fact, it's only just begun. Embrace the curiosity of learning more about yourself and your evolving goals. 12.5 Building new relationships. As you move forward, you'll encounter new people and re-engage with old friends and family in ways that feel fresh. Your relationships will shift, and while some might deepen, others might fade away. Cultivate new friendships, join groups, communities, or clubs that align with your interests. Meeting new people can open up new worlds of experiences and perspectives. Strengthen old relationships. Now that you have more time, make an effort to reconnect with friends, siblings, and even your children as they enter adulthood. Open yourself to new connections, whether romantic or platonic. Now might be a good time to explore relationships that reflect the person you are becoming. The adventure is not just about what you do alone, but also about the people you encounter along the way. 12.6 Create a balanced lifestyle. While adventure is important, balance is key. It's easy to get caught up in chasing excitement, but a balanced life, one that nurtures your mental, physical, and emotional well-being, is what will sustain you in the long run. Mind. Challenge yourself intellectually. Take a class, read widely, or engage in new activities that stretch your mind. Body. Continue caring for your health. Exercise regularly, eat nourishing food, and prioritize rest. Spirit. Explore spirituality or mindfulness practices. Whether through meditation, nature, or prayer, find a way to reconnect with your inner self. True adventure embraces all facets of life, physical, mental, and emotional. Find a balance that works for you and fuels the adventure you're creating. 12.7 Action Steps for this week. 1. Plan one new adventure. Choose one adventure you've been curious about. It can be small or big, just make it something you can look forward to. 2. Start a self-discovery journal. Write down what you want to explore about yourself in this new phase. What goals or passions excite you? What would you love to try? 3. Reconnect with a friend or family member. Reach out to someone you've been meaning to reconnect with. Make plans to meet up or have a meaningful conversation. 4. Set a new health goal. Whether it's trying a new sport or improving your diet, set a small health goal for the next month and take the first step toward it. 12.8 The adventure never ends. The empty nest is not the end of the story, it's the beginning of a thrilling, ever-evolving adventure. By embracing the freedom, discovering new passions, and pursuing new goals, you can create a life filled with excitement, fulfillment, and meaning. Adventure doesn't have to be grand. It just needs to be lived with purpose, curiosity, and joy. The journey ahead is yours to shape. What will you do with it? Chapter 13. Reflect and rebuild your future. The only way to predict the future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln. As you step into this new chapter of life, it's crucial to take a moment to reflect on the journey that has brought you here and then use that reflection to shape the future you want to build. The empty nest is a significant transition, one that often brings a mix of emotions, from relief to grief, from freedom to uncertainty. This chapter is about looking back with gratitude and moving forward with intention. It's about acknowledging the past, understanding what you've learned, and using that knowledge to create the life you want in the years ahead. 13.1 The Power of Reflection. Reflecting on your life, especially at such a pivotal time, gives you clarity about who you are and what you truly want. It allows you to understand the meaning behind the experiences you've had and how those experiences shape your view of the world and your next steps. Start by considering: what have you learned from raising your children? How have these lessons influenced your values, relationships, and decisions? What are you grateful for? Reflect on the positive aspects of the journey, both as a parent and as an individual. What challenges have you overcome and how have they shaped you as a person? Use this insight to fuel your future resilience. Writing down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences in a journal can help you gain a deeper understanding of your past and present, giving you the tools to rebuild your future. 13.2 Redefine your identity. For many men, fatherhood was a defining role for decades. The empty nest often leaves a void, causing men to question, who am I now? This period of uncertainty is a natural part of life's transitions, but it also offers an incredible opportunity to redefine your identity. You are not defined by your role as a parent alone. You are a multifaceted individual with unique talents, passions, and goals that may have been overshadowed in the past. To rebuild your identity, look back at your passions, the hobbies or interests you put aside while raising your children. What parts of yourself have you neglected that deserve more attention now? Consider your legacy. What kind of impact do you want to leave behind? What values would you like to instill in others moving forward? Ask yourself what roles you want to play in the next stage of life: mentor, entrepreneur, traveler, partner, or something else entirely. By rediscovering who you are, you can reclaim a sense of purpose and set the foundation for your future. 13.3 Set long-term goals. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day responsibilities of life. But now, with the kids out of the house, you have the opportunity to think long-term. This is the perfect time to set meaningful, long-term goals that resonate with your deeper values and aspirations. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in the next 10 years? This could involve career goals, financial independence, personal development, or even travel. How do I want my life to look in a decade? Where do I want to live? What relationships do I want to prioritize? What impact do I want to make on the world? What steps can I take now to set myself up for success in the long term? Long-term goals give you direction and provide a sense of purpose. By setting these intentions, you ensure that you're working towards something meaningful even on days when life feels routine. 13.4 Take ownership of your life. The empty nest is an opportunity to take full ownership of your life, your time, your energy, your future. For years, your life may have revolved around your family, your children, your career. But now, the time has come to make decisions that are centered around your own happiness and well-being. This means making choices that serve your needs, whether it's choosing how you spend your time, what you focus on, or where you live. Taking ownership means making decisions that are right for you, not because you feel obligated, but because they align with your personal goals. Living with intention every day is a chance to create the life you want. By being intentional with your choices, you can build a life that reflects your values and desires. Letting go of guilt. It's natural to feel guilty for focusing on yourself after spending so many years prioritizing others. But now is the time to embrace your personal journey guilt-free. By taking ownership, you claim your right to design your life in a way that feels authentic and fulfilling. 13.5 Build a support system. As you rebuild your future, a strong support system is crucial. Surround yourself with people who encourage, uplift, and inspire you to be the best version of yourself. Whether it's family, friends, or a community group, you need people who are there for you during this transition. To build a support system, reconnect with old friends, reach out to those you may have lost touch with over the years. Rebuilding friendships can provide a fresh perspective and new opportunities. Join a group or community, whether it's a hobby group, a fitness class, or a social club. Find a place where you can engage with like-minded individuals. Seek professional support if needed. Therapy, life coaching, or support groups can help you navigate this transition with the guidance of trained professionals. Having a strong network ensures that you're not facing this new phase of life alone. It also gives you the encouragement and motivation you need to stay on track with your goals. 13.6 Embrace change and adapt. Life is always evolving and the empty nest phase is no different. It's an invitation to embrace change and adapt to new circumstances. Change can be uncomfortable, but it's also where the greatest growth happens. To embrace change, stay open-minded, be willing to explore new ideas, opportunities, and experiences even if they initially seem out of your comfort zone. Adapt to new rhythms. Your daily routines may look very different now. Embrace this new flow and allow yourself to be flexible with your time and priorities. View challenges as opportunities. Any challenges that come your way in this transition are simply opportunities for growth. With the right mindset, you can turn every obstacle into a stepping stone toward a more fulfilling life. 13.7 Action Steps for this week. 1. Create a reflection journal. Spend time each day reflecting on your journey so far. Write down what you've learned, what you're grateful for, and how you want to shape the future. 2. Define your new identity. Take some time to think about who you are now and who you want to become. Write down your values, passions, and the roles you want to play in the next chapter. 3. Set one long-term goal. Choose one major goal that you want to achieve in the next 5 to 10 years. Break it down into smaller steps and start taking action. 4. Reconnect with a friend or support group. Reach out to someone you trust and share your thoughts and feelings about this transition. Having open conversations is a great way to gain support and perspective. 13.8 Rebuilding your future. Rebuilding your future is not about leaving the past behind, it's about integrating the lessons of your past experiences and creating a life that reflects who you are now. The empty nest is not a void to be filled, it's a new foundation upon which you can build a future that excites you. As you reflect and rebuild, remember that you have the power to create the life you want. This is your journey and it's just beginning. Chapter 14. Staying consistent and motivated. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Robert Collier. The excitement of starting fresh in the empty nest phase is exhilarating. But maintaining that momentum, keeping the motivation going, and staying consistent in your journey can be a challenge. It's easy to start strong, but over time, life can pull you in different directions, distractions can set in, and the excitement can fade. This chapter is about helping you build lasting habits, maintaining motivation, and staying consistent in pursuing your goals as you navigate this new chapter of your life. 14.1 Understand your why. Before we talk about staying motivated, let's first address the why behind your actions. When you understand the deeper reasons behind your goals, it becomes easier to stay focused and committed. Ask yourself, why do you want to embrace this new phase of life? What do you want to achieve in the next few years, and why is it important to you? What are your core values that drive your choices? Understanding these will help you make decisions that align with your long-term vision. What impact do you want to make on your life, your family, or your community? Knowing your greater purpose helps provide the fuel for your daily efforts. The more connected you are to your why, the easier it will be to stay motivated when challenges arise. 14.2 Break goals into smaller steps. One of the most effective ways to maintain momentum is by breaking your long-term goals into smaller, actionable steps. Large goals can feel overwhelming, and when we get overwhelmed, it's easy to procrastinate or give up altogether. To stay consistent, identify your ultimate goal, whether it's traveling, improving your health, or starting a new hobby. Break it down into manageable tasks. What can you do in the next week, month, and year to make progress toward that goal? Celebrate small wins. Each time you complete a step or reach a milestone, celebrate. These small victories will keep you encouraged and remind you that you're making progress. Consistency doesn't require doing everything at once. It's about taking small, steady actions every day. 14.3 Create routines and rituals. Routine provides structure, and structure makes it easier to stay consistent. When you develop habits around your goals, you make them a regular part of your day rather than something you have to force yourself to do. To build a routine, set aside time each day for your goals. Whether it's an hour in the morning to focus on learning something new or an evening walk for physical health, consistency is key. Develop rituals that remind you to stay on track. These might be as simple as starting each morning with a moment of gratitude or ending your day with a journal entry. Be flexible but consistent. Life happens and some days may not go as planned. The key is to maintain a routine even when things don't go perfectly. A missed workout or missed goal-setting session doesn't mean failure, it's a chance to get back on track tomorrow. Creating positive habits will build the foundation you need for long-term consistency. 14.4 Stay accountable. Accountability can significantly boost your motivation and consistency. When you're working toward personal goals, it's easy to let yourself off the hook. But when someone else is involved, you're more likely to stay committed. There are several ways to build accountability into your life. Share your goals with someone you trust. A friend, spouse, or mentor can help keep you on track by checking in on your progress. Join a group or community, whether it's a fitness group, a class, or a hobby group. Being part of a community creates a sense of accountability and encourages you to show up. Track your progress, keep a record of your achievements. It can be motivating to see how far you've come. Use a journal, an app, or a spreadsheet to track your daily, weekly, and monthly progress. When others know what you're working toward, you'll feel more motivated to follow through on your commitments. 14.5 Stay inspired with new challenges. Sometimes, the best way to stay motivated is to keep challenging yourself. You don't have to take on huge, daunting challenges all the time, but consistently pushing yourself out of your comfort zone will keep you engaged and inspired. Try the following to keep the excitement alive. Set new challenges. If you've reached one goal, set another. Maybe it's a bigger travel adventure, a more intense fitness challenge, or starting a new skill. Vary your routines. Try something new to shake things up, whether it's a new workout, a different route for your morning walk, or a new hobby to explore. Learn something new. Take up a new interest, like learning a language, playing an instrument, or tackling a DIY project. The sense of progress that comes with learning something new will fuel your motivation. Constantly growing and evolving keeps life interesting and reminds you that you're capable of far more than you realize. 14.6 Recognize and overcome setbacks. Setbacks are a natural part of any journey. Whether it's a lack of motivation, an unexpected challenge, or just an off day, it's important to recognize that setbacks do not mean failure. They are merely opportunities to learn and grow. When you face a setback, acknowledge it. Don't ignore or deny that things are off track. Recognize that you've encountered a challenge. Reframe the setback. Instead of seeing it as a failure, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What could I do differently moving forward? Get back on track. Don't let one setback derail you. Focus on your next small step and keep moving forward. Resilience is built through overcoming obstacles, and each setback is a chance to strengthen your determination. 14.7 Action steps for this week. 1. Set one small goal for the week. Pick one small, actionable goal that aligns with your larger objective. Make sure it's something you can accomplish within the week. 2. Establish a morning routine. Develop a morning routine that sets a positive tone for the day. Include activities that align with your goals, whether it's exercise, reading, or planning your day. 3. Find an accountability partner. Reach out to someone who can help you stay accountable. Share your goals and ask them to check in with you regularly. 4. Embrace a new challenge. Challenge yourself with something new this week. It could be a physical activity, a learning experience, or something creative. 14.8 Consistency is the key to progress. Staying consistent and motivated is an ongoing process. There will be days when you feel energized and ready to take on the world, and there will be days when the couch feels more inviting. The key is to recognize that even on the days when you don't feel like it, taking small steps toward your goals will get you closer to your vision. By staying consistent, overcoming setbacks, and continuing to challenge yourself, you'll build a life of purpose and fulfillment in this new chapter. The journey may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Chapter 15. Creating a lasting legacy. The great use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. William James. As you transition into the empty nest phase of your life, you may find yourself reflecting not just on your past, but on the future, specifically the future of the impact you will leave behind. Legacy is a word often associated with wealth, inheritance, or status, but in reality, legacy is far broader than that. It is the influence you have on others, the values you instill, the lessons you teach, and the memories you create that will live on long after you are gone. This chapter will help you understand the importance of creating a lasting legacy and guide you on how to leave a meaningful mark on the world, one that reflects your values and shapes the future for those who follow. 15.1 What is legacy? Legacy is not something you only think about when you're nearing the end of your life. It's something you create every day through your actions, words, and choices. Your legacy is a combination of the following. Values. What principles guide your decisions? What moral compass directs your behavior? Influence. The impact you have on others, your family, friends, community, or even the world at large. Memories. The moments you create with others, the stories that are shared, and the bonds you form. Accomplishments. The tangible results of your hard work, whether in your career, your personal projects, or how you've impacted others' lives. A legacy is the sum of your entire life's work, lived in a way that resonates with the people around you and the world you leave behind. 15.2 Understand the power of influence. As a middle-aged man navigating the empty nest phase, it's time to recognize that you have the ability to influence those around you in powerful ways. Your children, extended family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers can be affected by your actions, mindset, and the example you set. To create a meaningful legacy, consider these forms of influence. Family. As a father, your influence on your children is arguably the most significant legacy you will leave. It's not just about what you provide for them financially, but the life lessons you impart, the emotional support you give, and the role model you are. Friends. Your friendships and the way you show up for those close to you, whether through acts of kindness, mentorship, or simply being a good listener, can have lasting effects on those you care about. Community. Engaging with and giving back to your community, whether through volunteer work, activism, or support, leaves a lasting imprint. Work. In your professional life, how you treat colleagues, manage projects, and contribute to your organization shapes your legacy within that sphere. Building a reputation for integrity, mentorship, and hard work will outlast your time in any given position. The choices you make every day are opportunities to shape your legacy and influence others in ways you may not immediately recognize. 15.3 Building a legacy through your children. One of the most significant ways men create a lasting legacy is through their children. The relationship you have with your kids, the guidance you provide, and the way you show up for them as they step into adulthood will have a lasting impact. To build a legacy with your children, pass on your values, share with them the beliefs and principles that have guided you throughout your life. Teach them the importance of integrity, hard work, kindness, and respect for others. Be present, even as they grow older and move out. Stay emotionally available for your children. Offering support, guidance, and unconditional love strengthens the bond you share. Encourage their growth, provide them with the tools they need to succeed, whether it's encouraging their education, helping them navigate relationships, or guiding them through their career choices. Led by example, your children will often follow your actions more than your words. Be the person you want them to become, someone who shows compassion, resilience, and determination. As you mentor your children, you pass on a piece of yourself to the next generation. This intergenerational influence is a powerful and enduring part of your legacy. 15.4 Impact beyond family. While family is often the focal point of legacy building, there are countless other ways to create an enduring impact beyond your immediate circle. Consider these ideas. Mentorship. Offer guidance and support to others in your community or professional life. Share your knowledge and experience with younger individuals who can benefit from your wisdom. Charitable giving. Consider dedicating time, money, or resources to causes that align with your values. Whether it's local charities, international organizations, or grassroots movements, your contributions can create positive change that lasts beyond your lifetime. Storytelling. Share your story. Write, speak, or simply share anecdotes about your life with those around you. Stories are powerful tools for passing down knowledge, traditions, and experiences. Legacy isn't just about what you leave behind for your children, it's about the broader impact you have on the world. Every positive change you make in your environment ripples out into the world. 15.5 Financial legacy. Planning for the future. While your personal impact is the most powerful part of your legacy, financial legacy is another aspect to consider. Ensuring that your children and loved ones are financially supported is a part of responsible planning. Steps to consider for a financial legacy. Estate planning. Make sure your assets are properly allocated and that your family knows your wishes. This includes having a will, setting up trusts, and considering how to minimize taxes and other financial hurdles. Investing in the future. Ensure that you are saving and investing for both your own retirement and the future of your children. This may include college funds, retirement accounts, and other investments that will provide long-term security. Teaching financial literacy. It's not enough to leave money behind. You should also teach your children how to manage it. Financial literacy is a crucial skill that will ensure they use your gift wisely. A financial legacy can give your children and loved ones a solid foundation, but it's your values and guidance that will truly last beyond monetary gifts. 15.6 Living a legacy of integrity. Ultimately, the most important legacy you can leave behind is one of integrity. It's how you live your life daily, making decisions that reflect honesty, accountability, and fairness. Integrity doesn't require perfection. It simply requires that you live with consistency between your values and actions. Be true to your word. Follow through on promises, big and small. Your word is your bond, and when people see that you live by your commitments, It builds trust and respect. Be ethical. No matter the circumstance, always strive to do what is right, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. This is the foundation of a legacy built on honor. Stay humble. Remember that your legacy is not about accolades or recognition. It's about the positive impact you have on others. True greatness comes from humility and service. When you live with integrity, your legacy will be one that speaks for itself. It will be remembered not just by your family but by the people whose lives you've touched. 15.7 Action Steps for this week. 1. Identify one value to pass down. Choose one of your core values that you want to pass on to your children or loved ones. Take time to reflect on how you can integrate this value into your daily life. 2. Write your personal legacy statement. Write a short statement about the kind of legacy you want to leave behind. This could be a simple sentence or a more detailed paragraph about your values, impact, and goals. 3. Plan for your financial legacy. If you haven't already, take steps toward planning your financial legacy. Whether it's revising your will, setting up a trust, or teaching your children about financial responsibility. 4. Engage in community giving. This week, find a way to contribute to your community, whether through volunteering, a donation, or simply offering support to someone in need. 15.8 Living the legacy you want to leave. Creating a lasting legacy is not something that happens overnight. It is the result of consistent effort, reflection, and commitment over time. By living with intention, aligning your actions with your values, and investing in the lives of others, you create a meaningful impact that will continue to resonate for generations to come. Remember, your legacy is not just what you leave behind, but how you live today. Make it count. Chapter 16. Embracing the next chapter. The end of one chapter is the beginning of another. Unknown. The day your children leave home marks the beginning of a profound shift in your life. It's the closing of one chapter and the opening of another, a time when you must navigate a new phase of your identity, relationships, and personal growth. As daunting as this transition may feel, it's also an incredible opportunity to redefine who you are and what you want for the future. In this final chapter, we will explore how to embrace this next chapter of life with enthusiasm, acceptance, and a sense of purpose. Let go of what you once knew, and instead, look forward to the exciting possibilities that lie ahead. 16.1 Let go of the past. One of the most difficult aspects of the empty nest phase is letting go of the role you've played as a parent in your children's daily lives. For years, you've been the provider, protector, and guide. But as your children leave the nest, it's essential to release the old identity of parent of young children and make room for your new role. Here's how to begin the process of letting go. Acknowledge the loss. It's okay to mourn the passing of this phase. Your children's departure represents the end of an era, and it's normal to feel a sense of sadness or loss. Allow yourself the time and space to process these feelings. Reframe your role. As your children become adults, your role evolves. You will no longer be the one managing every aspect of their lives, but you will always be their guide and support system. This shift in responsibility doesn't lessen your importance in their lives. It simply changes it. Embrace the freedom. With this new stage comes newfound freedom. This is your opportunity to rediscover your passions, invest in personal growth, and explore new ventures. Letting go of the past doesn't mean abandoning the love or connection you have with your children. It means accepting this natural transition and being open to the next chapter. 16.2 Redefine your identity. With your children grown and moving forward in their own lives, you may find yourself questioning who you are outside of your role as a parent. It's natural to feel a little lost or unsure, but this moment is an invitation to redefine yourself. Here's how to do that. Explore new interests. This is the perfect time to revisit old hobbies or try something completely new. Whether it's learning a new skill, taking up a creative hobby, or joining a social group, exploring your interests will help you reconnect with yourself. Set new goals. The empty nest phase offers an opportunity to reset your personal goals. What do you want to achieve in the next 5 or 10 years? Whether it's personal development, travel, or career-related goals, this is your time to set intentions for the future. Reflect on your values. Take stock of what matters most to you at this stage in your life. Your values may have evolved over the years, and it's essential to align your actions with these values moving forward. By redefining your identity, you're opening yourself up to new possibilities and growth. This is your chance to create the next version of yourself, one that is informed by the experiences of the past but not confined by them. 16.3 Strengthen your relationships. As your children become independent, your relationship with your partner may shift as well. The two of you are no longer in the role of parenting full-time, and this change can open up new opportunities to strengthen your bond with one another. To build a strong relationship during this time, reignite your connection. Take time to rekindle the connection with your partner. Plan activities that allow you both to enjoy each other's company without the distractions of parenting. This could be a weekend getaway, a hobby you both enjoy, or simply spending quiet evenings together. Communicate openly. Share your feelings about this transition with your partner. It's important to discuss any changes in your emotional landscape and ensure you're supporting each other through this time of change. Be intentional with your time. With the absence of the children at home, there's more space to focus on your relationship. Set aside time to have meaningful conversations, laugh together, and enjoy the peace that comes with an empty house. Strengthening your relationship with your partner will allow both of you to navigate this transition with more joy and connection. 16.4 Set new adventures in motion. The empty nest phase is the perfect opportunity to embark on new adventures, both big and small. Whether you're planning a trip, starting a new project, or tackling a personal challenge, this is your time to take the leap. Consider the following. Travel. If you've always dreamed of exploring new places, now is the time to start planning that trip. Whether it's a road trip to a nearby destination or an international journey, travel can provide a sense of excitement and purpose. Start a new project. Is there something you've always wanted to create or achieve? Now that your responsibilities are changing, you may have more time to focus on personal projects, whether it's writing a book, starting a business, or learning a new skill. Physical challenges. Take up a new fitness routine, sign up for a race, or try a new physical activity like hiking, biking, or swimming. Physical challenges not only improve your health but can also boost your mental and emotional well-being. Embracing new adventures will give you something exciting to look forward to and help you move beyond any feelings of stagnation. 16.5 Focus on personal growth. The empty nest phase is a time for reflection and personal growth. It's a time to revisit the goals and dreams that may have been put on hold and to dedicate time to self-improvement. Consider investing in learning. Take a class, attend workshops, or pursue certifications in an area of interest. Whether it's academic, creative, or technical, continual learning keeps your mind sharp and your sense of curiosity alive. Emotional growth. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or journaling to help you process emotions, relieve stress, and gain clarity. Understanding your emotional landscape will help you navigate this time of change with greater ease. Spiritual growth. Whether through religion, philosophy, or simply connecting with nature, deepening your spiritual practice can provide a sense of purpose and perspective during this transition. Personal growth is a lifelong journey, and the empty nest phase is an excellent opportunity to focus on your own development. 16.6 Embrace the freedom to create. With fewer daily responsibilities, you have the unique opportunity to create the life you've always wanted. This might mean making bold changes or simply taking small steps toward a more fulfilling lifestyle. To create the life you desire, give yourself permission to be bold. Don't be afraid to take risks or try new things. Whether it's a career change, a new hobby, or a different lifestyle, now is the time to push your boundaries. Design your days. You have more control over your time than ever before. Think about how you want to structure your days. Do you want to prioritize relaxation, adventure, work, or family? This is your chance to be intentional about how you spend your time. Live with purpose. Every day is an opportunity to live with purpose and intention. Set goals that align with your core values, and take actions that bring you closer to those aspirations. The empty nest phase offers the freedom to create a life you truly desire. You are no longer constrained by the busy demands of raising children. So now is the time to live life on your own terms. 16.7 Action Steps for this week. 1. Reflect on what you want the next chapter to look like. Take some quiet time to reflect on what the next phase of your life looks like. What kind of activities, relationships, and goals do you want to prioritize? 2. Plan your first new adventure. Choose something exciting to look forward to. It could be a trip, a new project, or even a personal goal you've always wanted to achieve. Start planning now. 3. Reconnect with your partner. Set aside time to reconnect with your spouse or partner. Plan an activity or even a quiet evening to strengthen your bond. 4. Set personal growth goals. Identify one area in which you'd like to grow, whether it's emotional, physical, or intellectual. Take a concrete step this week toward that goal. 16.8 The next chapter is yours to write. The empty nest phase is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new and exciting chapter. Embrace this time with open arms, knowing that you have the freedom, the wisdom, and the opportunity to create the life you want. Let go of the past, redefine your identity, and move forward with purpose and excitement. The best is yet to come. Conclusion: you're still needed, just in a different way. The greatest legacy we can leave our children is not money or material things, but the enduring love, wisdom, and lessons we share. Unknown. As you reflect on the empty nest phase, it's important to remember that while your role as a day-to-day parent may have shifted, you are still needed. You might not be the one managing their schedules, helping with homework, or driving them to activities, but you still have a profound and lasting impact on your children's lives. You are still a source of love, wisdom, and support, just in a different way. The transition to this new phase isn't about being needed less, but rather about being needed in different ways. You are no longer the center of your children's universe, but you are still an important part of their lives. You're needed as a mentor, a sounding board, a role model, and a source of emotional support. And in doing so, you are able to guide them through the complexities of adulthood just as you guided them through childhood. A new kind of parenting. As your children move forward into their own lives, your role as a father evolves. Your guidance now takes on a different form, one that is rooted in wisdom and support rather than day-to-day management. You may find yourself offering advice on relationships, career decisions, or life's big questions. You may become their sounding board during challenging times or their cheerleader as they reach milestones of their own. While you may no longer have the same hands-on influence you did when they were younger, your emotional presence remains just as essential. This new form of parenting may be more subtle, but it is no less significant. It requires you to be patient, understanding, and accepting of their independence. The goal now is to support them as they find their own path, all while keeping the lines of communication open and showing them that your love and guidance are always available even from afar. Staying present in your relationships. Your relationship with your partner may also undergo changes. With the house quieter and the responsibilities of raising children less immediate, you are presented with an opportunity to rediscover each other in a new way. This is a time to nurture your connection, deepen your bond, and make space for a relationship that is not defined by parenting duties. Rediscover the joys of spending time together without the distractions that come with raising children. The relationships you have with other family members, friends, and even your community can also evolve in meaningful ways. This new chapter provides an opportunity to strengthen existing connections or to create new ones. Whether through shared experiences, collaboration on projects, or offering support to others in similar situations, these relationships will continue to enrich your life. Embrace your new role as a mentor and guide. While your children may no longer need you in the same way, the world still needs you. You have years of experience, knowledge, and wisdom to offer. Whether through mentoring younger people, getting involved in community initiatives, or contributing to causes you care about, your unique perspective and life lessons can be an invaluable resource to others. Becoming a mentor to younger individuals or even peers can be incredibly rewarding. It allows you to give back, provide guidance, and shape the future in a way that is meaningful. You may also find fulfillment in volunteering or getting involved in local causes that align with your values. In doing so, you're able to maintain a sense of purpose and connection to the world around you. The journey continues. The empty nest phase doesn't mark the end of your journey. It marks the beginning of a new chapter. You are still needed, and your role in the lives of those you love is far from over. Whether it's through guiding your children as they navigate adulthood, strengthening your relationship with your partner, or contributing to the broader community, your life still holds immense value. This chapter is your opportunity to focus on your own growth, embrace new adventures, and create a lasting legacy. You are still capable of achieving great things and impacting those around you in profound ways. With a clear sense of purpose and a willingness to adapt to the changes ahead, you can navigate this phase with confidence and excitement for what's to come. Closing thoughts. You've spent years helping to shape and guide the next generation. Now, as they fly the nest, it's your turn to focus on your own journey. You've earned the wisdom that comes with experience, and now is the time to apply it not just in your relationships with your children, but in your life as a whole. The empty nest doesn't mean the end of your importance. It means the beginning of a new chapter, one where your love, wisdom, and influence continue to shape the world in ways both big and small. The best is yet to come. Embrace this next chapter with open arms. You are still needed, just in a different way. End of book.